Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Up-N-Runnin. On this episode, we're going to wrap up the Suburban. I'm just getting it cleaned up right now, and we'll move on to something more fun and exciting. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell right next to it for your notifications, and click the like button. Thanks for watching. Alright, as you know, it's Father's Day time of the year, and my family did something fantastic for me. They bought these Bismarcks. They were what I used to eat all the time growing up in Dodgeville, Wisconsin, and these things are awesome. I just love these things. They have a white cream filling in them that is just fantastic. These come from the Quality Bakery in Dodgeville, so if you're ever in Dodgeville, Wisconsin, swing by the Quality Bakery and get some Bismarcks and say hi to Chris Kruba. These things are awesome, and I want to thank them for getting them for me. They got me 3 dozen. I'm sure I'll eat them all in about 2 days. Alright, back to the Suburban. What we're going to do today is take a look at all the fuses to make sure the fuses in this thing are all good. Something I didn't get on film is Ed and I checked the fuel pressure on it over the weekend, and right back down here, right in there, is the Schrader valve to check the fuel pressure. It had really good fuel pressure. When it was cranking, it was up near 65, and when you'd let off the key, it was right about 59 or 60. So it's got good fuel pressure. We're still just not getting the injectors to fire, so we have to figure out why that is and take care of it. So that's what we're going to do today. Alright, here's where we're at on this now. I have to take the upper plenum off the intake and replace the Spider fuel injection assembly in there. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. I disconnected the battery, always do that first. I'm going to blow all the crap off the top of the intake just so none of that falls into the engine. Because it was so tight in here, but it looks like we're hanging up right here, so I'm going to have to go ahead and take that thermostat housing off, and hopefully that'll give us enough clearance. Alright, we're getting this put back on. Sorry I didn't film a lot. It was a big pain in the butt. Nothing real complicated, just difficult to deal with, so we're just putting it all back together at this point. to see if this starts now. I have the whole air intake put back on, so it should hopefully run a little better. Awesome, that runs great. Now we'll see if it goes into gear. This is a fuel injection unit that we replaced. Each one of those hoses goes to one cylinder, and I wasn't getting any of the 8 to fire, so they were obviously clogged up from sitting over time, so it needed to get replaced. Alright, we're going to change the oil in the Suburban. Alright, it's all done. Now we just got to get it all cleaned up. Alright, we're going to take the Bourbon for a ride. Brakes seem pretty decent. Shifts. It actually runs really pretty good. Seems to drive straight. It's always a plus. Alright, we got her all the way up into 4th gear, or overdrive there, so that was good. Alright, the last thing that I went ahead and took care of is the AC was not working, and what I discovered the problem to be is the housing, where the housing is put together on the compressor, we had a leak there. So I went ahead, and there's 4 bolts that hold the compressor on, and then 1 bolt that holds the AC lines on, and I went ahead and got a new compressor, put that on, sucked it down, the system held vacuum, and so I went ahead and filled it up, and now we've got ice cold AC. It was coming out of the front vents at about 48 degrees, so we should be good to go now. Alright, I've been asked to give a little more information on the Super Bee that you see on every episode of Up-N-Runnin, so I'm finally going to get around to do it. I basically use this car as a everyday kind of car around town, so it's often dirty and and you know, because it just gets driven all the time. So here you go. So I got this car back in 2012 from the family that bought this car new, and a woman purchased this car brand new, so it's actually got a few options on it, unlike a lot of Super Bs. It's got air conditioning, it's got turn signals mounted on the fenders, it's got bucket seats, a console, the shifter on the floor. From what I've heard, that this car was actually a dealer demo when it was new, and that's why it probably got ordered with a few extra options on it. But anyway, here it is. Hope you enjoy it. The story of this car that I was told when I got it was that the woman that bought it new didn't drive it a lot, and when she could no longer drive, she gave it to her son, and her son's actually the one that put all the damage on it, and at that point it quit running and it was put in a barn. It sat in that barn for about 26 years, and the mice and rats pretty much ate it all up. And so when I got it, I basically tore it all the way down to the body shell, redid it all mechanically, electrically. I had to do some of the soft stuff in the interior, the dash, the console, the headliner, the door panels are all original yet. The headrests on the seats are original, but the foam in the seats, the seat covers themselves, the carpeting, and the package tray are all new. The door panels and everything are original to the car yet, as is all the dash and the console. This car is actually pretty rust-free as far as Mopars go. I might be a little bit biased because I grew up in Wisconsin, and the Mopars were known for just rusting up to the windows. It's a factory AC car. Like I said, when I put this together, I put it together to be a driver, and I built it to look like everything was all original, so I think I maybe succeeded. Basically everything has been gone through on this car. The only thing I did not do is the body. I just wanted it to stay in its original look. I'd had several other cars that were all, you know, super nice, and it was such a pain to drive them around. You're scared and worried about them all the time. This one, you know, you don't have to worry about. But it's got all its original paint and sheet metal on it yet. I guess you can always redo them, but they're only original once. The nice thing is the floors are all real solid in this car. And the mileage that shows at 27,000, I'm told is the original mileage on this car. I know everything that I took off of it, you know, was in really good shape yet, and I know, like, when I had the trans rebuilt, the guy said it was in fantastic shape. You know, the engine was in real good shape. Same way with the rear end. It's still got its original brake drums on it, so I kind of believe that the mileage is right. I got it when it had 22,000 miles on it. It's got 27 on it now. The son of the original owner, when I asked him, I said, hey, how many miles has that car got on it? And he told me, he said, it's whatever it shows. And I said, well, it shows real low. And he goes, yeah, my mom didn't drive it that much, so who knows? So anyway, that's the Super Bee, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know I have fun driving it as my everyday around town type of car. And put a new compressor on, and now it seems to be holding just fine. So we've got nice cold AC. And of course we got an airplane going over. It's always got to be something.